So yeah, this has been a pretty short but still a pretty wild ride to say the least. It only took 34 live streams surprisingly. Yeah, the previous Get All Items series, of course, there was more content in like all of vanilla Minecraft as opposed to just the Aether mod, so of course that would have taken longer. But we did it regardless. And we also have like a bunch more gold and lapis lazuli and just even more so blocks of coal we're never going to use. I did use this a bit, but even then, it didn't seem to actually speed up digging ether dirt in the ether, despite this having efficiency 4 on it. Oh, Punchako, welcome back. Yeah, I'm just looking over at my nice stuff, everything I've acquired, most of which I probably never even used. And this chest was pretty much never organized anyway. Now, if there's going to be a point, this series is pretty much over at this point. I just want to build the rest of my base, see if anything else wants to have anything built around here, kind of like how physicists asked me to build the Maga banner, and I could maybe do that. Like, if anyone does want me to do another sort of viewer monument like I did for my previous Get All Items series, I could opt to do that as well, and then close out the series with that. I guess I could do that. Not sure where I'd put it, but I could totally see myself doing that. Yeah, I would definitely need to expand out to just make myself some more room for that Mario sprite, to say the least. Or maybe put it somewhere like at the bottom of the hill or something. Even then, I think I'll still grab some dirt and just start shaping the land a bit better. Yeah, because maybe I could opt to put it here. Yeah, it could fit here pretty easily. I could just expand this out. Also try and make it look like it's not just completely flat, and then I can maybe consider putting it over there. And how about this wheat farm and carrot farm I've never really used much? Just got so much steak and cooked pork chops and even ambrosium shards that I never really needed to use the carrot farms and the wheat farms too much. I guess I will actually use this. Just gonna go somewhere else and just start taking dirt. Because I'm probably gonna need more dirt to do what I want to do, most likely. Yeah, I could have maybe built the house in here, perhaps. There could have been, like, so much potential to build it around here. Yeah, like, I had so many options for my house, but I just already built it, like, a long time ago, so obviously there's no going back. Like, I didn't really think it through at the beginning, but the location of where you actually build your house, that might be easily, like, the most important thing you do. And that's literally, like, the first thing you do, too. I could say I might have picked the right location, or maybe I didn't, I'm not exactly sure. I could have maybe put it up here. Looks like there's even more nice stuff to look at from up here, but yeah, then again, I'd have to walk up this every time I want to get to my house. And I only thought to start using the full Valkyrie set now that the series is pretty much over. So yeah, being able to pretty much just look at the surroundings from up here would have been really nice. mean, sure, it's really easy to build your house on the plains, but for me, it would be kind of boring to do so. It's something I kind of would recommend to people who are just starting out and don't really know, like, that much about Minecraft. I mean, like, the only real downside to living in a plains biome is that if you want to fight mobs or just hunt for food, particularly chickens, you could just end up hitting the grass in the plains instead of the chickens. But other than that, like, there's pretty much no other downsides to living in the plains. Yeah, like, downside here is, like, you have all these mountains to just climb up, walk around. Kind of easy to get lost here. Less so in a plains where everything's just flat and smoother. I mean, Savannah, it's like part plains and part mountain. Depends on which variants of the biome you get. I'll start digging here, I guess. I just realized I was talking more about how you should build your house and less actually gathering dirt, which is what I came out here to do in the first place. If I can just constantly keep it daytime, I don't even know if I'm going to need a vampire blade in my hotbar. Because there'll be nothing to fight if it's just always daytime. Well, there'll be very little to fight. Chances are I probably wouldn't have to worry about anything attacking me. Oh, Punk Shaka, you want to see Dark Castle too, I assume, right? Because a lot of people, like, well, at least 2 people have been asking me regularly to go and just do that. I'd like to go back to the original port of Dark Castle to see what I missed, though. But even then, I still won't be able to guarantee that I could complete it. Unless I really spend a lot of time just familiarizing myself with the controls. Yeah, as someone who was always used to using the arrow keys to move around, having to use the WASD keys and not be able to switch over to the arrow keys certainly made things more difficult for me. But even then, like, when you think about it, the control scheme at least makes sense, considering you're using space to jump. And Q and E to just do, like, 2 other things. I'd have to try and do more or less a different positioning with my hand on the keyboard, and maybe then I'll have an easier time with it. Yes, I know what that is, by the way. I was considering using that, but maybe then I could still just opt to simply use the default control scheme anyway and just get used to it eventually. Yeah, so the Mario sprite could just go right about here. 8 blocks wide would be good. And I think I'll be able to make that work. So I'll just come back there with some wooden slabs or just any sort of slabs. I don't remember what that looks like, unfortunately. And I wouldn't really see myself actually building that. I can picture the Mario sprite a lot clearer, just saying. I'll just use simple holy stone slabs. Since these blocks of coal literally aren't going to get used anywhere else at this point. I mean, I wouldn't advise doing this myself, but... Yeah, there's a chat filter on it, and, like, nobody really likes the chat filter, and if I more or less knew how to just bypass it, I would have done this a while ago. Hopefully I can make it 8 by 8 and it still looks decent. Typical bad words that I otherwise wouldn't filter out if, like, I had more or less control over the chat filter. And I did actually look at upgrading this PC. Well, maybe not upgrading, but just straight up getting a new one, and I'm expecting to spend somewhere from $800 to maybe even $1,200 to just get a new PC. I mean, I would be able to justify spending that much money on something I'm just more than likely than not going to use every day. Like, considering how much I'm going to actually use it and for how long I'm going to be using it for, it would definitely be worth it once you really think about it. Even though the upfront cost seems really steep. It'll still probably be worse than, like, most of the gaming PCs people have these days, but it'll still probably be an upgrade from what I'm on right now. 800, I'd probably get something worse, but still, I'd upgrade from what I'm on right now. I could maybe use this as part of, like, the decoration for, like, the side of my base. If I can get it for that cheap, I'd opt to do that, but... $500, and I'm guessing that's American currency, and I have to convert it to Canadian, of course. I'm gonna go and do this with my staircases. Because I definitely have to cover up those books. From, like, at least the outside. I definitely have to have those covered. Because that would simply not look good otherwise. So I'm gonna opt to do this. Then build out further like this. make this just drop and pick it back up, because I simply don't want to leave it there. Placing that was an accident. Okay, I see that's andesite. I'll use some other blocks since I don't have any still. Let's try and mix and match a bunch of different kinds of blocks and just see what happens. Oh, so they lie about it being that expensive. I can see why they do that. Yeah, this computer dates back to 2012. If yours dates back to 2015, I could assume it's likely better. I know I can cover this up, that's for sure. Then I just have to simply mirror this on the other side. Yeah, that looks like it would make sense. I'll do that. I think I'll just leave it at this, because that looks like it would definitely work. I'll just cover that up too, and more or less try and continue this sort of pattern that I was started here. Just continue this alongside there. So I think it's safe to say I should mine this away and then just put more of those carvestone blocks here. Then do that. I don't know, maybe I could have just expanded it out like this. I always hate when I think my designs make sense, but then it turns out they end up actually not making sense. Actually, no, I'll just do this. Okay, that looks like it could work. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's cold season here, by the way, just saying. So don't be too surprised, I just sneeze randomly on stream sometimes. It's starting to look nice, I'll have to admit. So that definitely looks a lot more complete than what I had before. Real mishmash of blocks. I just wanted to see what it would look like. It probably looks okay, especially from far away. Where you're not going to see most of the details, like if you were, say, up close. I'll try something like this. Actually, no, that's not how I want to build it. I'm going to push further in. I'll dig further in. What do you mean, would I use an elevator to decorate my roof? Would I use the elevator to decorate my roof? I'd consider definitely installing that, just to get up and down. That would make it easier, to say the least. Why does this take so long to break with your fists? Oh, right. I can imagine why it would. Like, what, put the elevator on my roof? Like I'm using for the stairs? Actually, no, I wouldn't do that. I just use it to get up and down to make building the roof easier if setting it up wouldn't take too much resources. Certainly wouldn't put elevators everywhere on my roof, though. Yeah, the stairs are literally here just to make it more or less have a certain shape. Not like for you to actually walk up them. But you can't just straight up walk up these stairs anyway, just to give them the give the roof the shape. Yeah, just to show you, you can't walk up the whole roof normally. Yeah, there's my dragon egg still. I mean, I never did use these for anything, and I'd rather not just spend time gathering more wither skeleton skulls, since I said I was just gonna build the rest of my base anyway and not do anything else. And maybe build a few things as per request around the base, but we're not really gonna be doing anything else. So I just want to see what else I might want to build. It's more or less almost finished. What, an entire screenshot? That sounds like something I could do, like, on a creative mode project. That sounds like something crazy for a creative mode project down the road. I don't see how the hell I'd do that in survival with limited resources. And, like, not be able to fly, like, freely. Yeah, that would definitely take way too much time to do, like, feasibly in survival. Okay, I didn't want to make those. I want to make slabs. I think I'll just make most of these slabs and then just get to the building right away on this thing. Yeah, this is survival mode, alright. Yeah, you can see I have a health bar. That's like a dead giveaway I'm on survival. Yeah, but I must say having this full set of Valkyrie equipped is just making it a lot easier to just place blocks down. It would be even easier if I was more or less just used to flying like this and placing blocks. Except I'm simply not. If I was just better at placing blocks like this, I'd be placing them down much faster. And it would take even less time to build everything, but not that good at just doing multiple things at once. Right, so I think that's good enough there. Like, I'm just seeing what else there might be to build right now. Besides maybe that Mario sprite and a staircase. I might just go and finish off the staircase. Maybe make it look a bit more refined, but I'll just go back to the staircase. Let me guess, I didn't leave that much holy stone to do it, right? I'll actually just go to the Aether to grab some more of it. I mean, I never kept most of my holy stone I just got anyway while traveling through all the Aether, but shouldn't take long to get a bunch of it anyway. In fact, what if I just tried to simply make all the holy stone blocks fly upwards using the gravitite pick? Actually, no, I just stand on top of it. Then I have to get back up. Yeah, I think there's a better way to get holy stone without actually using the gravitite pickaxe. I'll just mine it normally. This will probably just be faster than whatever that was I was doing. I'm still probably gonna grab more, because something's just telling me that's not enough Holy Stone to do what I want to do, so I'm just gonna take even more. Not sure what it is that's telling me this, but I'm just gonna go with whatever is, like, telling me I don't have enough Holy Stone. Okay, now I think I'm ready to just go back to the overworld. Alright, so let's just continue building the stairs. I think I'll also get some of the regular Holy Stone and regular Holy Stone bricks in my inventory as well to do the building. And a shovel would make sense too. Actually, no, I think I'd be better off just keeping my blocks like this. In fact, I hope this is enough. Yeah, I think we might be fine here. Starting to run short on Holy Stone blocks. Maybe I do need more. I mean, I was able to get one side of the stairs finished. Now there's still, like, this one too. So I have to actually pick that up just to clear it out. I don't have a lot of stuff left. I'm gonna need more. That or actually no, I just made too many stairs. If I didn't make this many stairs, we would have been perfectly fine. Just I made too many of these. Yeah, we almost have enough to just finish off everything as it is already, but I just simply built too many staircases. So I'll just grab more holy stone and not craft more staircases with it, because I have more than enough to just finish off that giant staircase there. Not gonna make more stairs. I'm just gonna leave with this. Hopefully not need to come back for more of it. Because that is, like, still, like... That's another 2 stacks of holy stone. That really should be enough. Alright, so that's done. I think I'm actually gonna consider just getting rid of this and then just mirroring that on this side as well. Actually, no, I'll put this here. I'll dig this out and this and these out. And I'll just probably leave it like this. This looks alright. That plus I think I'll just also move this torch over one. Yeah, it could probably just go here. And it'll still be fine. So I just decided, figure, let's complete the staircase. Looks a bit more complete now. I think I'll just actually put a bit more holy stone down here and just sort of also try and just blend it in with the grass. So I'll put down a bit more. Make it look like there's still a path, but it's slowly disappearing into just the grass. Oh, you want me to try and solve that? Like, I think that's an indeterminate form, Rary. I'm pretty sure 0 times infinity is indeterminate. Like, it could be 0 because you're multiplying by 0, or could it be infinity because you're multiplying by infinity? Like, no one can really say which is which, because, like, both could be equally valid. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's one of the indeterminate forms. Like, you can't really say it's either one. Okay, so I don't need to carry these. I'll just put them like so. I'm not even sure why I ended up with coarse dirt by accident. Let me just simply place it down, because that way I can just free up another inventory slot. And put away these extra seeds as well. Yeah, I'll have to say this does look alright, but maybe I'll just replace this with like a regular dirt block so grass can actually grow on top of it. And then I'll have to find another place for these coarse dirt blocks. Just not exactly sure where. Probably somewhere in here. I also do have to cover this up as well. That looks good enough, I say. Oh, there's still that to build, actually. Still gonna cover this up, too. Maybe I should light this up so nothing spawns in here, but even then, like, would anything really spawn in here? And if it did, it would just simply make noise and not actually be a threat, most likely. I mean, I could always opt to just fill this up, because I do have enough holy stone to do it. I'm just gonna fill this in, so nothing can spawn in here. Because I have enough holy stone as it is to just do this, and I shouldn't run out. And even if I did, I can just use the dirt to finish the job, because no one's even gonna look in here and see anything anyway. So it wouldn't really matter even what blocks I use to fill it up. I mean, this should just be to simply prevent anything from spawning in here. Maybe I will just be better off using the stair blocks. Yeah, I don't think anything can really fit in here with the stair blocks, so I'll just use those instead, I guess. Yeah, I doubt anything could spawn in there. Now, what about the other side? Did I finish this off yet or not? Yeah, other side was already completed a while ago. Right, so that should be more or less our staircase. Nothing I really want to put here. And that's going to be our staircase. And I used up all my holy stone again. And only part of my stairs. There's really not much else I'd want to build aside from stuff that just people request at this point. Because I'm more or less happy with everything else I have here now that I think about it. Well, maybe this looks a bit ugly. I think it's safe to say I can clear this out. Okay, I don't think we need this water here either for anything. So it's safe to say that we could probably cover up too. Now, would I consider putting anything out here? I would consider putting stuff out here now that I think about it. Just don't exactly know what just yet. But I'm gonna just flatten out the ground in case maybe one of these days I just want to put something out here. Maybe either this stream or just possibly one after if I get enough requests to just build stuff. And I think after this I will just start working on the Mario sprite because I literally have nothing else I want to do. And that screenshot from Mario vs. the Police. That sounds like a really good creative mode project. I'd probably downscale it so I wouldn't have to spend too much time on it. But even then, I might downscale it to something that still requires me to build at least like something with 10,000 plus blocks. Maybe even like 40,000. Definitely not something I want to undergo in survival. Yeah, I know how I'd do it and all, it's just what I'm thinking I would do would probably be really time consuming. Why am I still carrying these? I was more or less done with this a while ago. That, and we don't need to keep this here either. This is where I kept my flying cow and pig up until I built them a menagerie to keep them in. Which more or less was supposed to just look like a miniature Aether. More or less resembles like where they actually came from. Purple flowers, berry bushes, that tree. I think I can actually get rid of some of these fences. I think it's safe to say maybe I can cut down a few of these and they still probably won't be going too far. Or if I just did this, that would just get rid of them faster. I'll just pick them all up because otherwise it's just gonna make a mess. Just leave them there. Yeah, this would be a pretty nice place to build more stuff, but again, I wouldn't know what to build here exactly yet. Right, so I'm just gonna probably leave it like this. This looks nice. Looks like that cow's just swimming in the water. Now let's just patch this up too, and then just put some more wood over it. Then get rid of the trapdoors. We don't need this, simply. Right, so that's been covered up, that's gone. So yeah, we have more trap. We just have like a bunch of crap that I'm not even gonna bother trying to sort. Because there's really not much else I'm gonna do at this point. So first things first, let me see if I can find like an 8x8 Mario sprite for reference that I can just use to do the build with. Mario 8x8 sprite for reference, because I don't know how exactly I'm gonna build this just blindly. Okay, maybe I'll need to actually make it a bit bigger. Or better yet, maybe I could just simply move it and build it somewhere else. Or maybe I could just simply expand it to be like 12 blocks wide, and maybe then I could actually build something that looks nice. Yeah, I think this could work. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that could work too, by the way. So if I build like this, and then like build 3 blocks out further here, I'm pretty sure I can make this work. I'm willing to bet I didn't leave myself enough holy stone to actually go through with this. And I need more holy stone. I'm just gonna assume we should just go back to the Aether and just go get it right now. I think I'll also pick these up too. Not just leave them on the tree. I was thinking, let's just build something from the original Super Mario Brothers, but I can't really fit into like 8x8. I'd have to build it a bit bigger. Even if I make the base only 12 blocks wide, I'll still be able to fit it. Yeah, just give me like a pixelated image to look at, and I can easily just build a simple pixel art of Mario, no problem. I just need to color all the blocks accordingly, and then we should be perfectly capable of just going for it. Just need to pick the right colors of blocks, and then I'd be like perfectly ready. I'll just get the full hunger first, because why not? And why am I still carrying these? Why was I carrying these for, like, most of the live streams beyond me? Like, I'm never gonna use them. I never really use darts for anything. I think I could have actually maybe got some good use out of the enchanted darts, but I never even tried to use those. I was just fine with literally a vampire blade and just smacking stuff to death anyway. Like, I didn't really ever really need the darts for anything. I was perfectly okay with just a vampire blade, for the most part. And, like, a bow to take care of cockatrices, but even then, like... Even then, it didn't use the bow often at all. It was mostly just using the vampire blade, essentially. Like, I really didn't need to use anything else. Even though there were so many other cool weapons I could have just tried out, only really needed the vampire blade for what I wanted to do. It was just that powerful. I mean, you can't really kill what can heal faster than you can damage it. So that's more or less like why that was so powerful. I think now would be a good time to start working on this. I can't use brown wool because I don't have cocoa beans. I didn't find a jungle, so brown wool, unless I found a brown sheep, that's pretty much out of the question for me. Unless I find maybe another brown block. Or I could maybe opt to grab some terracotta from a mesa biome and use that? Or maybe just... actually, no. I'm trying to think if I should actually consider going to a mesa biome or just staying here to just do everything. I mean, I definitely have, like, enough wool to make the build, but I need to pick out all the colors still. And if I wanted black, I'd actually have to go and just look for squids to get the ink sacs, which I have, like, probably none of. I might just consider going to a mesa biome anyway. Because if I want black or brown wool, then I'm out of luck. And I can just use the terracotta blocks, because getting a dark color on those shouldn't be too hard. Wait, black terracotta. Ugh. I'd have to hope I could just find a bunch of squids, but even then I don't know. At least getting there shouldn't take too long, and it shouldn't be too hard either. I can just more or less fly a bunch of the way. Well, there's the squids. So maybe I can use that? Because I didn't bring looting. I didn't bring a blade with looting on it. Actually, no, I think I had that blade, and when I took that death to that Valkyrie Queen because of that major lag spike, I think that's where I had the looting blade and then lost it. If I want my terracotta, I could actually grab it from here by just taking the clay and then just using the furnace on it. Maybe I'll just take my squids and then just do that, rather than go to a mesa biome. I mean, there's quite a bit of clay here, and it shouldn't take that much time to grab it anyway. And I'm seeing, like, a shit ton of squids, so I think that's what I'm going to do, actually. Okay, so we're in luck. This probably isn't going to take nearly as long as I thought it would, just gather the materials to make the sprite. So yeah, these squids are going to die because Punk Choco wanted a Mario sprite. Essentially. This is maybe like the one time I could consider using the Neptune armor or the Iron Bubble, but even then. Even then I wouldn't need it that badly. Like the one time I want to have something that just lets me breathe underwater indefinitely, but even then. It doesn't take that long to just swim back to the surface anyway, and then just have your entire oxygen bar refilled. And yeah, this is 1.12.2 I'm playing on, by the way, and 1.13 and assumably everything after, the oxygen bar doesn't just refill instantly like it did in older versions of Minecraft. And yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think the trick with the torch to just refill your oxygen meter is still possible, but you gotta keep spam placing that torch. You can't just one click place the torch and then just get all your oxygen back. It doesn't work like that anymore. I mean, even then, I wouldn't try it if I had like a bunch of stuff I wouldn't be willing to lose, because even then, like, I don't know if I'd be able to maybe just do it randomly again on just your ordinary single-player world. I did do it on a server, though. That's about it. Didn't really try it on single-player. Just realized I forgot to take some of the clay with me as well. Should be able to grab this stuff, no problem. But it looks like I have a fight here, so I'm just going to clear these guys out. Because I'd rather not try and just dig for clay and kill these guys at the same time, so I'll just clear them out. Yeah, these squids are pretty easy to hit, more or less, because they don't have much room to swim around in these tiny little rivers here. Or, not even rivers, ponds. I'm also going to continue to just look for more clay as well while we're at it. Alright, so I think we actually do have enough clay blocks to make this work already. So we're not even going to need to bother with finding a mesa biome at all. This definitely has to be enough. Yeah, I definitely have enough to just make this work. So now I need to just simply go back to my base. I'll throw out... I really don't need this stuff, I'll just throw it out. And let's just start going back to our base with everything we have. Processing this clay, hardening it, shouldn't take too long at all with the 4 furnaces I have. And I still definitely have enough coal to actually go and just do that, by the way. I think I need to run this way to actually find my place. I think I might have almost passed it. So I'm taking all my coal out right now. I think if I put this much in, then this much in, then that. I didn't even remember that I had this in there too. Never gonna use it anyway at this point. So I'm gonna get some more lapis lazuli out to make some blue wool to make part of the build, which is gonna be blue wool for Mario's overalls. So I definitely have to make some more of these, that's for sure. Yeah, we definitely have enough ink sacs to make this work. That's way more than I was expecting. So we'll get the terracotta like so. And I apparently forgot how to darken it, to change the color of it. I think maybe I had to do something like this and then put like the dye in the middle? Okay, it's that. Yeah, I thought it was something like that. You don't have to do this at all for wool, but for terracotta, for glass, and things like that, you have to do specifically that. Yeah, I know it's a little weird. And I was not supposed to place it here. Yeah, I know it's a little weird. So this really shouldn't be hard with a reference image right next to me. Like, this should be no problem whatsoever. And I'm gonna need some red as well. So I could maybe consider just looking for more red flowers, because I tossed out the bunch I had earlier thinking I wouldn't ever need more. But I guess I was wrong. I'm hoping the roof doesn't kind of get in the way of this build. Or better yet, I just hope I build it correctly. I don't even know if I set this up right or not. So I think I do this and then that. Okay, I definitely need more blue wool, that's for sure. Don't want to make too many. So I think I have to craft just one more. And then I should be done with the blue wool. I gotta make one more. Then I'm gonna need some red. So I'm tempted to actually just do some more exploring. I think I'm just gonna start going south. Because I remember there being a roof forest there, and I should be able to find red flowers in like any sort of forest fairly easily, so... Actually, no, it was north. Or better yet, I'll just find the red flowers here. And I won't even have to go looking for them. That is, if this will even be enough. I'm gonna actually continue to look for more. That way I have to make only one trip. I'd rather not make 2 trips, and just because I found out I ran out of red dye. So I'll just keep looking. Yeah, there's some more black dye if I actually need it, which I'm pretty sure I won't. How is this little adventure? Not very exciting. I'm not going... I don't want to go too far from my base to get all the red dye. I really shouldn't need to travel too far at this point. Just didn't think I would actually be asked to build a Mario sprite, so I just threw out all the red dye I had before. So now I gotta gather all new red dye. Because I simply didn't think I'd ever need it again, but I was wrong. Oh, you mean the whole series? Started turning into a monotonous grind, like, near, like, the second third of it. Like, a little past, like, the 66% mark started getting kind of tedious just doing all those silver dungeons. First third of the series was me just learning more or less how the Aether worked. Still just trying to figure out what the hell was going on. Yeah, I'd say that was exciting. That and simply not be able to find any gravitite made things significantly more difficult, but I still managed. Simply because up until I actually got to livestream number 20 out of the 34 here, I was playing on a version which didn't actually generate any gravitite ore at all. So I was very restricted in like my gravitite tools. Certainly would have to craft far fewer pickaxes to fight slider bosses if I actually had gravitite, but simply could never get any, so I had to make like often 3 to 4 Zanite pickaxes at a time for each slider boss. Simply because I couldn't really get better than like Zanite. Unless I want to look for diamond, but even then, I'd rather not just spend all this time in the overworld just trying for diamonds. If I really don't need them that badly. Then everything eventually started to get super easy once I found the vampire blade. Also killed the ender dragon to just get a bunch of levels, then put really good enchantments on it. Then I started to eventually get so much armor that there was pretty much no way I could ever just die enough times to essentially run out of armor. That and also finding all the life shards, which just eventually increased my maximum health from 10 to 20, which is like double like your original maximum health. Yeah, doubling that health was just like insane. Combining that with the Ambrosium shards that you can just instantly heal off of and they're stackable, the healing effect of the Vampire Blade, and then eventually I'd figure out you can hold the Regeneration Stone and it just passively regenerates you like this. Yeah, I pretty much became nigh unkillable at that point. And the only reason that I did die was because of a lag spike that just prevented me from doing anything for a whole minute. While the game was running, assumably. I'm pretty sure I didn't make like too much red wool. We'll start with this. Wait, no, that's supposed to be a block of red wool. Actually, no, I'm gonna have to just... Temporary dirt scaffolding. Until I figure out what's going on here. Right, so we're definitely getting there with this build. Now I need to just figure out a good... I might just use sandstone for the skin color. I mean, I'd consider using sand, but that's affected by gravity, so... Sandstone it is. And I'm not going to rip apart this village, don't need to, I'll just take off here and then just convert this to sandstone. I'm not going to necessarily like the texture of it, but the color of it will definitely work for what I'm trying to do. In fact, I'm not even sure what other color I could really pick. Maybe just pick orange. I think picking orange might make more sense at this point. Either the orange or I'd go with the sandstone, whichever one. I'm tempted to just try the sandstone anyway and just see what it looks like. I mean, from afar it's going to look pretty good. I don't know about up close. These blocks won't fall, so I'll just place these there. And now I have to go grab more sandstone. if I want to continue using it. I'm just going to go with the sandstone anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was just a meme. Like, depends on, like, when that was posted. Like, if that was posted very recently, then that definitely has to have been, like, faked, I assume. Because considering how long the Wither's been out for, like, I'm pretty sure people now know, like, you're not supposed to place them in your house or next to anything you're really not willing to lose. Like, first things first, you're just gonna blow up and destroy whatever you just place him near. And then he's just gonna start moving around and destroying everything. Presumably you, if you're not prepared to fight him. Right, so that should be enough to just finish off the Mario build, and I don't know what that means exactly, Extreme Wrecker. Just saying. So I'll put myself up here. And I think it's safe to say, maybe I should just actually build a crafting table up here real quick. And just get myself some more dyed terracotta. So I don't have to just go down from here to do it. But how much do I need, though, actually? I never heard of that, so yeah. The reference just fell flat on its face, by the way. I'm trying to think, I'm not going to need more than this. And I can only make terracotta dyed in multiples of 8, so yeah. I'm trying to think what would I need. I can only, like, craft them in multiples of 8. So I could do this, and, like, 4 up. I know Vinny, sure. If you're talking about Vine Sauce, I know who that is, that's for sure. I feel like this is gonna work. I just have to hope I don't run out of sandstone midway. Because that would be awkward if I did. So I could do this, this. And I think I put that here. I hope I remembered this right. Also doesn't help that it's kind of hard to see this black terracotta on the night sky. I think I'm good, though, for just finishing this off. I think I'm good. Now I just need the red wool to actually finish it. And then we're pretty much good, more or less. Then 1 up, then that. Then I think it's safe to say we can get rid of this, too. Almost anything looks better than Bubsy 3D, in all honesty. Okay, so what does this look like? Wow. Except this seems to be the only flaw here. Other than the fact that part of the statue is being covered up by my base, more or less, but other than the fact that some of this is being obscured by my own house, it's safe to say I'm pretty happy with this. Try to not use too many colors. Try to more or less... Okay, how many colors did I use? Use like the black, the red, the skin color, and then the blue. Let's say if the black was the transparency, like you could maybe consider having like this be your NES sprite for Mario because, well, for NES, you're restricted to 3 colors plus the transparency, which is like, in this case, the black, so I could also consider just taking out all the black blocks from this build, then just putting this over a black backdrop, and then it would still more or less look the same anyway. Yeah, there were a lot of limitations with the NES hardware, what else can I say? I mean, if you do know how to work around those, you can still make some really beautiful looking things. Despite potentially being so limited, you can still make some really nice stuff. At this point, I really don't know what else there is to build. Though maybe I should try and find a place where I can just get a nice look at my base and see if there's anything missing I can just add on to it. Because I might have to get a look, say, right about here if I want to see if I can find anything missing. It doesn't look like there's really anything missing here. Except maybe the Mario was built in a little unfortunate place, but even then, nothing seems to be really missing here. Looks all fine to me. Yeah, I'd say I'm happy with this. 34 live streams in the making. We got, like... Well, obviously, most of it was actually spent in the Aether. A lot of it wasn't spent actually building a stronghold for myself. Though imagine if I did make an entire series just dedicated to building a stronghold for like 30 live streams. Just to see what it would look like in the end. Not something I'd really do though, it's just a silly idea I had. So I could just consider leaving this out here and never doing anything with it. Because I really wouldn't know what to build at this point anymore. I'm kind of out of ideas. Already got every item, like, already got the chest plate back in the last live stream, so again, like, we don't need to go find another of these, it's been done. And we have our shovel. So yeah, at this point we essentially do have one of every item from the Aether mod. We were already finished as soon as I got the shovel, but then I decided to just go back out into the Aether anyway, and I did find another Neptune chestplate, and I just threw out the one that I spawned in, because, yeah, that's still required, like, quite an explanation, especially when it happened. Essentially, I had the chestplate, I was looking for the shovel still. While looking for the shovel, I lagged out so badly that, like, the game simply just froze for an entire minute during the Valkyrie Queen fight. And then when it started running again, turns out I died with the chestplate on me. And I could have simply just not died if my computer didn't just freeze for a whole minute during, like, that boss fight. Like, considering I had the life shards, the Ambrosium shards, the regeneration stone, the vampire blade, everything, there was no way I would have died under normal circumstances. That plus, there was really not much I could have done besides just close the game, which I didn't think to do until it was just far too late. So I decided to just cheat and spawn myself another chest plate, but as soon as I found another one legitimately, just within like, I think 3 more, or maybe 4 more Valkyrie Queen kills. Actually, I think it was 4. Within like 4 more Valkyrie Queen kills, I found another chest plate with the reworked silver dungeon loot system, which means it's like 1 in 19 chance per loot slot, making it fairly common compared to what the chances of getting it were before, which was something like 1 in 104 per loot slot. And since you average about like 5 per chest, you could say that's like a little under 1 in 20 per chest. I mean, I found it both ways regardless. Even then, I still had clear proof that I did in fact find it. But I did want some closure anyway, regardless. So I just found myself another Neptune chest plate, threw out the other one that I just spawned in, and then just put that away, and then just called the series done at that point. So I'm just going to try and find the best place possible to stand so I can get one more good look at this and take one last screenshot of this world. And we're not going to do a fireworks display though. I did do that at the end of the last all-item series, but I'm not doing it here. I mean, if I want to, this was more or less something I probably should have planned out, but since I didn't, I'm not going to spend time just preparing the fireworks. I'm just going to take some good screenshots and then end it. And I don't even know what the other Minecraft quest is going to be. There are definitely a lot of ways to play vanilla Minecraft with self-imposed challenges that I'd be pretty interested in trying, but still, regardless, I wouldn't know what exactly to do next, or maybe more mods. I'll turn my render distance up a bit for the screenshots, and that's about it. I think I can put it at 7. Then I can still probably take some really nice screenshots with it at 7. That's a good screenshot right there. Let's just take this one. Or better yet, what if I just take it like that? Do I actually want to have the hotbar on or not? Or do I want to just leave it like this? Or maybe I could just actually take the screenshot like this, with me just looking at it whilst wearing my Valkyrie armor. Just to more or less show how far I've come. I mean, this would totally make sense to take a screenshot like this. Yeah. I'll do one in first person as well, though. I think I'll also do a screenshot, maybe me standing on my base, facing this way. But I'm definitely going to do first person as well. And I'm going to go on top of the base. Probably do a screenshot of myself standing on top of it, facing the camera. Kind of like I did for the all-item series at the end as well. It's just, what would the best screenshot be to take anyway? Okay, I think this is good. I got the Mario in there, I got some really nice mountains, I got me in the Valkyrie armor. Definitely gotta take it like this. And then we gotta get a good couple screenshots in with the MAGA banner as well. But maybe I want to get a bit closer up. And a bit higher up too, perhaps. Just wish it wasn't raining, though. Yeah, unfortunately it's also raining, so yeah. Wait, what if I just did this? Then just took a screenshot at just the right height whilst flying up on this block here. And then I can just gently fall down and maybe get a better screenshot whilst doing so. Or would this be a better screenshot? Or maybe I could just come back when it's not raining and take it again. Yeah, because it raining is kind of unfortunate, to say the least. Yeah, like it's not even going to be that bright. Or maybe I can at least get a screenshot without any rain in it. By doing, say, this. I can at least get a screenshot with no rain. Ugh, never mind. I'd rather just take screenshots when it's not raining. Or simply just not even bother at all and just end the series here. Because now I think I'm just literally wasting time at this point. Alright, so we'll just close it off here. Nothing else I really want to do on this world at this point. Right, so that was a great mod though, but why can't I help but feel that it didn't really age all that well? Yeah, there were several cool blocks and all. I liked how it more or less had its own sort of progression system, mirroring that of the overworlds. This is like the equivalent of overworld coal, overworld iron, overworld diamond, even like more unique trees. The dungeons and the bosses pretty much always gave you something to do. Like the Zaynite tools are nice and straightforward. These get stronger like the more their durability goes down. Like these have to be like probably the coolest tools in the game. Not only can you make blocks fly upwards, you can ride the blocks upwards and just quickly reach the world height limit using only a single block and a gravitite tool. Oh, and the extended reach on the Valkyrie tools is really handy as well. But why can't I help but feel like most of these items, more or less, didn't really age well. The Holy Sword is just good against undead enemies, but we'd eventually see the Smite enchantment, which more or less does what this does. Flaming Sword, we'd eventually see the Fire aspect enchantment, too. Lightning Knives, I think in 1.13, like, there's now an equivalent to these. Like, I think that would be like a Trident with channeling on it that you can just make a lightning bolt appear wherever you throw it. Neptune armor lets you just run underwater as if you weren't underwater. And you can get the Depth Strider enchantment that lets you do the same thing anyway. But the Valkyrie armor, there's still nothing like this though in the game yet. That's still unique to like the Aether mod, even as of 1.14. Same goes for like most of the accessories except for like the ice pendants really. And well, yeah, you can also go invisible with a potion. This is simply like you can actually turn on auto jump in the options here. Controls, auto jump on. And then you'll simply jump up like that, simply not even needing the agility cape. You can just auto jump up like 1 block heights without pressing the jump button, which is essentially what the agility cape does, except you don't jump, you just walk up the block. Slightly different, but it more or less at the end of the day, it just achieves the same thing anyway. Yeah, to believe that would be like a feature you can just toggle on and off at will that would just do the same thing as this thing. But I personally like just walking up the block more so than just jumping up it. Yeah, same goes for this. This just lets you breathe underwater indefinitely, but you can just make yourself potions of water breathing for however long you need to stay under there. But this mod still had so much cool shit going for it regardless. And I never even explored the possibilities of what you could do with the MOA eggs either. So, yeah, there's a zombie under my house apparently. Let me see if I can actually find him. Wondered if he's actually underneath my staircase or something. Maybe he's not even underground. Maybe he's actually outside. He might have just been outside for all we know. And I'm just wasting my time going underground. I still can't see him. No way he could be under here. I'm not even sure where he could possibly be at this point. I don't even know where he could be at this point. And even then, I'm not really going to be doing anything else here, so I'll just leave it at this.